Welcome back to the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and today is the Hellfire, and this is on the honorable mentions list, but it's all in the Top Gear thread. Don't get too hung up on honorable mention versus top. I guess since you guys are new to this, or a lot of people might be, and they're not from the forums, in these threads, which I described in the first video, there's two sections, Top Gear and honorable mention. I split them into two because sometimes there's a drop-off, and that number changes, but example, in pistols, you have something like the Lady Fist and the Herald. Now, there's a bunch of other really good pistols, but there's a big drop-off between those two and the rest, and that's kind of their difference. So the honorable mentions are guns that are still really good at the game, and that you can destroy the game with, but they're just not quite at the same tier as those other ones. So, the Hellfire here is a gun brought back from Borderlands 1, and a lot of people weren't in love with it in Borderlands 2 because the Hellfire in Borderlands 1 was one of the ultimate top weapons. You know, it would have been that Top Gear, probably number one on the list for SMGs for a lot of people. The Hellfire in this game, people were kind of disappointed by it, but I think it's a fantastic gun. So there's a few things to note with this. I'm actually going to compare it to a plasma caster here. And the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, I compared it to a regular Maliwan SMG. In this one, you see it has less damage, more accuracy, a good make size, and it's 1 ammo per shot, unlike the plasma caster. The big difference here is the ignite chance at 20%, because it's not that much more than 16, but this does have splash damage and a pretty big increased dot. The dot on the Hellfire does actually hurt enemies. And since it has splash damage, you get that 20% on both the bullet and the splash damage. This is one of the few SMGs, or basically I think it's the only SMG that's, well, not quite the Chilean, that's not a plasma caster that has splash damage. And that's a big deal. That adds a lot to its damage. I'm going to throw this out here. And then with Flicker and other buffs, right there you see, if you look at the gun card there, 34.1% is what your actual chance to cause a dot goes to. That's pretty high when you have 2 procs per chance. And the DPS on this thing is pretty high because 198 plus the Catcom and all that stuff like I covered with the plasma casters. All that with the splash damage and 37 shots, which now... Actually, I should have just thrown that back down. Guess I don't need to keep that.
That is lovely.
And look at that Meg with Foresight. Actually, it only shows 37, but now I'm up to 51, as you can see there. So 51 bullets, splash damage, all that. One reason it is honorable mention is it's fire only. And, you know, this map is purely fleshy, but there are a lot of different armored enemies and such in this game. So I did consider that to be a drawback on it. You can see here it is wrecking enemies with no issues. Where's this guy hiding? As long as I shoot them. So now we'll test on the big bosses here. Always pick this guy up.
Unexpected.
Yeah, so dealt with them pretty damn well. This gun is not a letdown or a disappointment. It's just different because this game works on different mechanics. But it's damn good with Maya. Like I said, the ability to have splash damage. Wow, that was bad shooting by me there. The ability to have splash damage on an SMG without any extra cost is pretty huge. And it also doesn't suffer the I guess, slow bullet speed of plasma casters either, which is nice. So it really makes a pretty great alternative to them. And it's not that hard to land crits with. Alright, where is Oni? And the splash is a little bigger on it too, which is really cool. I hate how he phase locks and always hides his head. There he goes. Back off of that. And these guys are down. So it's kind of a mini PC in a way. And that's also why it's kind of honorable mention and not top gear. But like I said, the ammo efficiency is kind of a big deal. Not losing that bullet speed is nice. Not a big deal. You know, you obviously have less damage, but that's not the end of the world because the damage is good. Or really good, especially combined with the splash. Oops, I did not mean to equip that. But it's not like this thing is really killing any slower than the other guns I've tested that were top gear. It's much better on ammo than plasma casters, Sandhawk, probably not the Tatler, but you know, it's got more range than the Tatler, so. Get these guys grouped up. You saw there, you know, that guy was pure trash mob, but it dealt with him pretty well. Wait for my phase lock with this guy. You just see how fast that kills these guys. That was a blind crit. Those are nice. Where is that guy? Okay.
That was awesome.
You see there, it's pretty easy to train it in on them. Oh shit.
Go.
That wasn't ideal. Kind of spawn those guys and the more dangerous guys all at the same time. Try to take care of that shotgun first.
Stop struggling.
You know, still sitting really pretty with ammo here.
Throwing grenade. Freeze.
Didn't time that the best with phase lock, but it's fine. And you see that dot killed him. So the dot damage on this gun does help. It's not Borderlands 1 stuff, but part of the problem with comparing guns from Borderlands 1 to Borderlands 2 is the scaling differences. Especially when you go to OP levels. Don't really need to stop for these, but open one more. Alright. That's not what I wanted. Oh. This will be fine. I don't like going to fight for my life, though. I feel bad. But if I'm going to make a bunch of these, I'm going to do that a few times just by screwing up. It happens. As long as I limit them.
This will work.
And some more guys. I'm going to go up here and try to group these guys together. I'll just kill him without slag to show. Once again, not a problem.
Stop.
Focus on the ironclad first, of course. Whoa, that was terrible aiming. That was better. Alright, probably only these few guys left. Come on. Okay. Save phase lock for the bosses there. Alright. Now we'll be ready for them. A few quasars, and this should go well.
Here you go. Pretty cool.
That wasn't bad. Oh, he threw a grenade there. I should be careful.
Hold it.
And roof goes down. And really throws his stuff everywhere. So yeah, another pretty smooth run with this. I did go to fight for my life that one time. That had nothing to do with the gun. That was my sloppy play. So, like I said, this is a really good gun. It's a pretty easy farm. Scorch is easy to kill, and you get double Scorch in the peak. Said if it came in all elements, it might sneak into top gear. It might still fall out just because it is mini plasma caster with kind of the splash damage, but better dot and lower ammo consumption. But like I said, that can actually make a pretty big difference because plasma casters can get you into ammo trouble sometimes. So, hope you guys enjoyed and hope you dig it. Oh yeah, I usually talk about parts of these. With the Maliwan ones, you're kind of stuck where you want a Maliwan grip. Bandit isn't so hot on these because Maliwan doesn't lower damage like Dahl, Hyperion, and Tediore grips do. So there's really no grip substitute, but I was using Maliwan stock on this. I don't know if you guys noticed. And there's no recoil issues, so it's not like you really have to fight for a stock. And on the other side of it, for prefixes, damage, mag size, or fire rate and acceleration are all good. So the only one you're really stuck on for part is the grip that you really want to stick to. But other than that, you should be fairly open to parts on it. So once again, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.